Life is Good 13. 13, let me y'all. You are Creation 13. Tonight I want to talk to you about um, timelines and some different ways to view things or view your life. Uh, because every choice you make um, can create alternate timelines. And since a lot of us are learning on when we tap into uh, a different timeline, we're aware of it. So, um, when we become more and more aware of the timelines that we are shifting into, and whether it's a lower timeline or a higher perceived timeline, mean more positive, we're aware of it, so we can actually start changing the timeline structure, so we can make it more seamless and not so chaotic. Because we are creating multiple timelines, and since we're aware of it, we're creating even more timelines. So we're creating a distortion in the timeline field, which is quite interesting. Um, and this is where the whole self-empowerment comes into play, because as you become more self-empowered, um, you start being able to be your own creator of your reality. And when you start to become your own creator of your reality, that's when you learn how to create more and um, make the timeline that you want to experience um, the best one that you want to experience. So the whole reason why I'm talking about timelines right now is just like I was talking about with Orion and Sirius. Orion is very organized. Um, so basically, while we are self-impairing ourselves, for those that are with a more serious energy, those that are self-empowering ourselves, we have to become more aware now, at least for my personal thing anyways, while we are self-empowering ourselves, that we are not distorting the Orion frequencies that are being placed and set in for the Earth currents, and for the next 26,000 year shift. Um, that's going to happen about roughly between what, five to seven perceived years. But it's going to be a lot quicker than that. But right now, it's just perceived between 5 to 7 years. So during that short time, uh, we have a responsibility to start um, making the timeline not so chaotic. Um, and we can make it very chaotic by causing disturbances in the timeline shifts. And I've caused a lot of disturbances in timeline shifts because I'm a self-empowered being. So um, I want to grow, learn, and expand. But I'm learning more and more that there's a certain extent that you can use that self-empowerment, being more responsible with that power that you harness and control. Just like it says with Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. So the more knowingness, or just the more self-empowered you become, the more responsibilities that you have, and that's something very important, because you don't really want to disrupt the Earth incarnates too much, because they're here to help old souls that are going to be born again into the Earth's field in physical form. So, becoming aware of that, distortion is probably one of the worst things that can happen because in timelines because um, it causes a chain reaction and starts uh, causing chaos in alternate realities. Um, that's another story. I think I talked about that before. But yeah, so it's basically just learning how to, if you're a self-empowered being, to be more responsible for your actions and for how you treat people, because you'll become more and more aware of who Earth incarnates are and who are the self-empowered beings, based upon uh, their actions and what they're wanting to experience. So just become aware of that. Psychically become aware, because we already become more and more psychic all the time. I mean, literally, like, it's just a part of me now. Just speak through psychic connection, feeling things out, and just becoming more and more aware of things. I think that's about it. Let's see. One of the other things that I've been learning is constantly respect people for where they're at, but make them more aware, because just because they're Earth incarnates, um, doesn't mean that they are aware. They need to be more aware. People need to be more aware of that. Even though you're an Earth incarnate, you can still create stuff in this reality. Breaking out of the um, old systems, is very important. I think I'll just go ahead and just make the video I was planning to make. So yeah, but a lot of love frequencies are coming through my timeline, anyways. The energy is really building up high, and we got about like 2.5 weeks of this very amazing energy that's been coming through, and then we're gonna be shifting gears again. So it should be quite interesting, right? So, anyways, if you have questions, let me know. Love y'all very much. Namaste, Lakesh. I'll talk to you in a little bit.